Hello everyone, today I turned the mobs from Minecraft into girls. The first mob will be Herobrine. Let's go! So here's our Herobrine doesn't look feminine, right? First off, we need to reshape its body. Perhaps, then we add arms. All right, we've trimmed its pants to make it somewhat skirt-like. Now let's give her a chest. Then we do the same with her butt, all right? We've shortened the skirt even more, and now I want to add sneakers to her. And after all of this, let's add some details to the body itself and of course give her a new head and hairstyle. Pretty cute, isn't she? Let's see how it looks in the game. Look at how it looks like an egg, and here's our Herobrine. See how her head jerks and what scary sounds there are. But while I'm in creative mode, she can't kill me. Would you try surviving with her in the world? I think she's slightly weaker than Herobrine. What do you think? It's interesting what she'll drop. I think it will be something useful, not just ordinary junk. Oh, a golden apple. I wish there were more, but I think once you encounter her, you won't be thinking about them anymore. Although your defense could be an iron golem, look at how it handles them. I think it's very impressive. By the way, here's what her baby version looks like. It's not as scary anymore, although the sounds are still scary. Well, I'd rate her 8 out of 10. Let's move on, and next up we have the creeper. Let's go. Let's make a creeper now, and first off, I want to make its legs longer. Then I think it will look better. Somewhat like this. Is it okay or not? All right, now let's move on to the next step. Then we'll remove the creeper's head and replace it with another cuter one. By the way, I had an idea to make a hoodie for her with a creeper face on it. Let's also give her arms, specifically hoodie sleeves, and finally add a cute hood for her. That's it. Here's its egg. Green with black spots. Once we spawn it, we'll see a cute girl with 4 legs. You don't feel as much danger from her as you do from a regular creeper. At least that's how it seems to me. She drops the same loot as a creeper, regular gunpowder, and honestly, she doesn't explode herself. But we can help her. Imagine, we've created a safe creeper, but with our own conditions. For example, it can defeat Herobrine because it shoots with the head of a creeper. What do you think about that? By the way, look at her when she's small. I think it turned out great. Perhaps I should rate her 7 out of 10, and we're moving on. And now, we'll create a scary monster called the Warden. How about that? Interesting. Great, here's our Warden before our eyes. Now we need to shrink his body to the size of a regular player. Also shorten his large arms and then reduce his head size. Look at what we've got with the legs. I think it turned out great. After the legs comes the torso, right? And I think that's perfect for now. Let's add arms and give her a texture similar to the Warden's. We just need to make her head and put something like a crown on it. And here's what we've got. Do you like it? Here's our girl. I think we've chosen a good location. By the way, the spawn egg looks almost like the one for the Warden. And here's our uninvited guest. Can we call him a brother? Well, maybe, but I'm very curious to see who will win. Who are you betting on? And that was very unexpected. I thought the Warden would win, and then this happened. But it's very commendable. By the way, she easily defeats creepers and Herobrines. I think for now, this mob is the strongest. You can see the result with your own eyes, but I already like the idea of fighting 1 against 5. It's very brave, and winning at that. By the way, this is what she would look like if she were a child. I think she's 3 times smaller than the Warden. I'd rate her 10 out of 10. I won't keep you waiting, let's move on. Well, the next mob we have is the Piglin, so let's do it. Now, let's turn the Piglin into a lovely girl. This time, I'll start right away with the head. Then, I'll remove the Piglin's arms to add cute ones. Better than the previous ones, right? We'll do the same with the legs. Just swap them out for different ones. And minimal changes in the costume. Just need to add some yellow hair and give her a chest. Here's what we've got. Oh, almost forgot about this wonderful hood. Let's see her in the game. Look at this yellow egg. From it, you can summon a wonderful female version of the Piglin. What do you think? I believe it's much better than the regular Piglin. By the way, after she dies, she drops a bucket of lava. It's a very useful item after all. By the way, look at how she corners the poor Piglin. She defeated him with just 1 hit. I'm shocked, really unexpected, even if he has a crossbow. But she still won't outmatch the female version of the Warden. She remains the strongest. But I have an idea. What if we try to make it a head-to-head battle to see who will win? I'm very curious myself to find out what will happen and who will emerge victorious. And so far, as you can see, the Piglins are winning. I like this. By the way, check out this baby version. It looks cute, but I'd rate her 6 out of 10. I think it'll get much better from here on. And now, for a very unusual proposition, I think you already know what it is. What do you think about the idea of making a girl out of slime? First off, let's make the head. We can take it straight from the slime. I like the idea with the hoodie, so here we'll do the same. Then we add hoodie sleeves. Now let's make her legs. How about that? Essentially, all that's left is to add details to the hoodie, decorate everything a bit, and add a chest and butt. We just need the hood and that's it. What do you think about this? transforming a beautiful girl from one square. I think it's a very cool transformation. By the way, check out the sizes of the slime in her. They're the same, but they both drop the same thing, slime. But I've got one grand idea. What if we put 5 of these slime girls against the warden girl? Will they be able to stop her? Who will win? By the way, I want to ask you for one thing. Like and subscribe to the channel if you think the warden is the most powerful boss. And while we watch who will win, slimes or Herobrines with creepers, right now the slimes are pulling ahead. But it seems we have a traitor. Let's get rid of him and see who will ultimately win. Incredible! After such a tough battle, the creeper still emerges victorious. Also, compare the baby version of the slime. They're almost the same size. It looks cool. I'd rate her 9 out of 10. Well, now for a slightly more challenging task, how about the bee? Just had an interesting idea. Let's start by outlining her torso and decorate it. By the way, let's add some pink hair as well. Then we can move on to the head, making it like a bee's hood, and then add a stinger like hers. Let's add legs and striped socks to that. Finally, we'll add arms to the body. Looks cool already, right? Then a few more details. And there we have it. All that's left is to add a chest, and we have a cute bee-themed girl. I don't think bees spawn through an egg, but let's do it anyway. So, look at what we've got. I think it looks cool. By the way, she can fly, and when she dies, honey drops from her. I think it's realistic. You can see it right before your eyes, but for now, we're just watching. Next, we'll have more serious ideas. For example, we'll try putting 5 bees against the warden. And we start this battle right now. Bees clearly have the advantage here. They can fly, while the warden can only walk, so they're bombarding him with honey. It's actually not bad. And since they can fly, this battle seems like it'll last forever. So, let's help them out. Look at how much honey is covering the ground. And now we move on. By the way, check out the baby version, a little bee. But I also think that her ability to fly isn't fair, so I'd rate her 6 out of 10. Now I want to make an Enderman. I have an idea in mind. So next up, we have the Enderman. I think we can turn it into a wonderful tall girl. We'll shorten the arms and body a bit, then draw hair on her costume, and then we'll change the Enderman's head to a cuter one. Next, we'll draw hair on her back. That's equally important. I want to give her shorts, so we'll draw legs and add some cool sneakers. We'll add all the other attributes as well. And basically, we're done. Here's what we've got. We're moving to the end because this location suits her very well. You can see this wonderful girl on your screen, and compared to others, she's as tall as an Enderman. Very tall. By the way, she drops a different loot, which can be useful in the end portal. The Eye of Ender. By the way, check out this cool thing I found. You can send them to our world by throwing them directly into the end portal. And in battles with other mobs, they handle themselves quite well. They won almost without losses. By the way, look at her baby version. It looks a bit strange, like she's tall but the size of 1 block. But still, the model is done nicely. I'd rate it 10 out of 10. Now let's make an iron golem. Finally, we have heavy artillery. Let's start by making a triangular body, do the arms a bit differently, and try to change the waist. That's how it turned out. We'll change the size of the head and replace it with a more human-like one. Now, all we have to do is add a chest and posterior, and add some vines to her body. So, how does it look? Turned out well? Here's what we've got. How do you like it? Now let's make an iron golem. Here's what his summoning egg looks like. It's impressive, but it seems we have an uninvited guest, and it looks like she can hold her own. By the way, she drops the same loot as the iron golem. You can see this before you. But in the end, I also want to try putting a bunch of mobs against her and see what happens. After all, she's a competitor to the warden. The sounds Herobrine makes are so creepy, it's intense. But let's try putting her against the warden. Who will win? But maybe I already know who will win. The wardens are having a tough time. They're fighting in the minority, but it looks like they're still winning. Look at them. They've completely obliterated them. Attacking en masse seems to be the winning strategy. By the way, check out her baby version. Anyway, I'll bid you farewell now. I'd rate her 8 out of 10. Goodbye.